Now I guess I'm live. Hello, everybody. And hello, owl. Okay. Hi, everybody. We are here in one of our favorite spots to see a snowy owl, and I'm seeing a snowy owl. Hasn't been easy. I came here, saw it right away, helped some other people see it, and then it walked away. When I wasn't looking, it walked away to a spot where I couldn't see it any longer, but now I can see it again. Managed to get it back in view. And the people who were there with me haven't realized that if you come up here, you can see it. They can't see it from where they are. One second, I'm trying to give us a better look. Okay. Oops. There we go. Look at that. What a beautiful owl. Pretty breaky. Hold on, try to get things the way I like them. Now this owl's not close to us, so we're not getting super close-ups or anything, but we'll take it. Cute. I wish the people... Now let me just give you the story. I was coming here, specifically to look, mostly at the gas well structure or whatever this structure is. And on my way here, there's an intersection back there. Just before that, I saw a car pulled over, and it looked like they had a lens going out out one of the windows. And I thought, okay, maybe these people are looking for an owl also. So I stopped and asked them, and sure enough, they were looking, and they thought they had heard something in a certain spot. And I asked them if they had, checked the gas well. I don't know if they were really sure about the gas well or knew about it. But, so I continued on, and they stayed there. And then, as soon as I arrived here, this owl had been in actually a slightly different location. And I saw it, and I had decided, if I see it, I'm going to turn back and go tell them about it. And as I was... heading their way, they had already started coming this way, and told them that it's there. I got out of the car. I showed them this owl, and so now they've been trying to watch, but they're back there a ways. I think they're probably getting in their car, because from there where they are, they're back I don't know how many feet, but where they are, they cannot see this owl, just because of the various structures there blocking the view. We're not going to be here too long because there are places to go and hopefully other owls and other birds to see. But still, it's nice to see this cute little owl. Now, they told me that they've heard that there are 2 owls in the area, or some people have seen 2 owls. I don't know about that. I hadn't seen anything myself that indicating that people had believed there were 2 owls here in this area. But anything's possible, I guess. The other thing, I've been hearing horned larks, but I haven't seen one yet, or at least I haven't confirmed seeing one yet. Given that we've seen horned larks here before, it's not that surprising. They are beautiful little birds. Trying to signal for I think the gentleman sees me. I've been trying to wave to them to get them to come up here because they're not going to see it from down there, this owl. It's not easy to see because, you know, it's not really close, and I don't know if I can see it at all with the naked eye. I believe I know where it is, and I can see something that might make me think, yeah, that there's an owl there with the naked eye, but only because I already know where it is. If I were to just look there, you know, without having known already, I would not assume there's an owl there. I already have the teleconverter on, so we can't get any closer, really. Well, we can get a tiny bit closer, but I don't know if it's worth it. I just love how they turn their heads. I just love it. Look how beautiful that is. Where he's right now, he might not be able to see it. The gentleman behind me, he's trying to take pictures, but I don't know if he can see it from there, where he is. He's probably, it's hard for me to judge, probably 2 or 3 car lengths back. I'm trying to wave him along. Look at that face. Look at that face. I said look at that face. Look this way. That's better. You should be able to see it from here.
I got his tail back there.
Uh-oh. Is it going to move? we're not going to stay here too long because, like I said, there are a lot of places I'd like to go today. You can see there's a yellow structure on our left that kind of blocks the view just a little bit. Maybe if I moved a few feet forward that would help. I'm not going to do that, but probably help see this owl just a little bit better. I wouldn't be surprised if it moves. I was not looking at it when it apparently walked a few feet. I had been, you know, back a ways on this road where I could see it, and then it walked and I could no longer see it because, you know, this yellow structure that is partially blocking our view was fully blocking the view. Oh, sweetie. Okay, we're going to move, I think, just a little bit forward, and then we'll probably continue on and leave everything in place. Hold on. Let's see if this is any better. It's just a few feet, but it may make the difference. 1 second. There we go. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Who took my owl? Okay, let me shut off the engine. Oops. Have to shut off the engine when we're zoomed in like this over a long range. We really need to minimize vibrations. Now, I can't say I'd mind seeing a second owl if there is a second owl in the area, but I don't, you know, like I said, I hadn't seen that, but the people who were there, who were here also, they said that that they heard a report of one or two reports indicating 2 owls. So, who knows? Just another minute, I think, and then we're gonna leave. By the way, this is this owl, given all the coloration, an adult male will typically be very white, almost maybe all white or nearly all white. This one, with all the coloration, could be a young one, which is probably most likely, or possibly a female, an adult female. Alright, it's time for us to leave, I think. Like I said, I want to go and look in other areas for other birds. What a cute, beautiful owl, really. I just love it. Bye, baby. Okay, that hasn't happened yet. Take care. All right, we're on our way. They had a decent sized lens for their camera. Now, sometimes you look at a lens and it looks really long and everything and powerful, but sometimes there are various things on it, so I couldn't tell if that's what the case was or if they really had a long distance lens. But most, you know, you don't find too many traditional camera lenses that have you know, the reach of a scope. So we were able to get a closer look than they were. I know I didn't show them to you, but the people, but we're not here to see people, we're here to see birds. Earlier, before I started up the broadcast, I actually was out of the car so they could better see, because they, you know, I had, you know, I showed them where the owl was and everything. Oh, someone, who's this? Hold on one second. There's a horned lark. I didn't post anything, but some of them, you know, I only took a little bit of video of horned larks last week, and you know, during the there are 3 of them at least. Anyway, like I said, I didn't post any of it, but there was one brief period of time where one of the horned larks was really showing the horns, the, in air quotes. I mean, they're very, very prominent and easy to see, and, you know, providing the reason why they were named as they were. Anyway, when you know, I had gone back to see if I could get them, and you know, because I wanted them to see the snowy owl, and then, you know, I had them follow me and everything, and then we stopped. You know, I pulled it and I couldn't see it, and I thought possibly maybe the owl had flown away. In a way, I was showing them on, you know, I had my camera set up out on a tripod so they could see, you know, what I was looking at, and also to see where to look. And so, you know, eventually they were able to see it also. And then while they were looking and I was actually not looking, they said, well, okay, it just walked away. So, and I did not see it walk away. But once it had walked away, I could no longer see it. The various structures there were blocking the view, and I had to drive forward quite a ways to get it back in view. And that's when I started up for you guys to see. What I'd like to do is go to the airport where I have never seen a snowy owl and see if maybe I will finally get to see one there. I don't know. I'll say this. Last night, what eBird reports came through, none of them that I saw anyway, list just, hoping that I would see. Hold on one second. I think it's a red-tailed, but the tail somehow looks a little long. But we're gonna keep going because time is of the essence. Interesting coloration there. The breast seems, now granted we're looking over a long distance, but the breast seems very light. Let's see if we can get a better look. I'm going to turn around. It makes it easier for me. Hold on. Hopefully it'll still be there. Well, it might be a red-tailed hawk, I think. No, it's not. Looks like a harrier. I think. It is. I'm not sure, but it looks like a young male. Hasn't quite reached full adult coloration yet. Beautiful bird. Pardon me. Notice with northern harriers, they have like a face more like, you know, kind of like an owl, a little bit. So my guess is this is an immature male, hasn't reached adult coloration yet. But that's my guess. I don't know for certain. Love harriers. I have a feeling it's going to take off pretty soon. If it does, we won't be able to stay with it well, given my setup and the fact that I'm in the car too doesn't help. We are dealing with a little bit of a heat shimmer. Forgot to give you the temperature. I think it's in the mid-30s, but I don't remember. And I believe I'm also hearing a horned lark, but I'm not sure. Okay, we're going to move along, I think. Beautiful bird, really. I'm glad we saw it. Just want to see if it takes off. Now, we've seen, you know, harriers in flight, certainly. Get the feeling it's just relaxing there on the ground. I don't know for certain, but I suspect that harriers are more likely to relax on the ground than, let's say, red-tailed hawks are. Let's switch cameras. In an elevated perch rather than on the ground, at least to a greater extent than would a northern harrier. Hi, baby. You know, you see northern harriers, they're so often through the ground as they look for food. They're not like red-tailed hawks, which second kestrel I've seen today. I saw one on my drive. Speaking of hunting from perches and everything, I did, if anyone's interested, I did upload a fair amount of video of Big Red and Arthur, mostly Arthur, from last Saturday. We saw him doing some hunting. He had suddenly taken off from Bradfield towards Plant Science Hall, and did some hunting from there. Don't believe he caught anything, but if anyone's interested, that's up on YouTube. Now, last week I had seen snow geese on my drive up, and I did record a little bit of video, but it wasn't really particularly good when I looked at it later, so I didn't bother to upload anything. Not worth it. Oh, you know, I should turn around. The structure I want to look at. Now we're here at the airport. I have yet myself to see never seen an owl here. I'm not saying they're not around, I just never see them. Could be my timing's bad, could be I'm looking in the wrong places. I just don't know what I'm doing. That might be the most likely. And as I've said before, if we've just seen an owl, why are we here looking for another one? What difference does it make? Well, you never know. Maybe we'd get a better view of one here if we're lucky. That's why I'm here. Not sure if they received snow here in the last several days. I wouldn't be surprised. It may be March 2nd, but winter's not over. I'm not sure if the people that that I had been talking to earlier, if they've ever seen a snowy owl before. That I'm not sure, but clearly they were there hoping to see one. And it's nice to be able to help someone see something, especially if they're there to see it. I mean, go ahead. She seems confused. Sorry. Hold on a second. Hold on. I don't see anybody yet. here, hopefully not get stuck. I've been here enough times looking for owls to wonder if, and because I haven't seen one, if maybe there's a grand conspiracy to prevent me from seeing one. Again, there's you know, certainly a possibility that I'm looking in the wrong spots, and maybe it's right where we could otherwise see it. I don't know. Just a few more moments. If I don't see it, we're going to move on. Again, I don't even know if one is in the area. I'm just here because there's been one on a regular basis here. So it's, for me, I find it worth looking. By the way, I mentioned I had seen snow geese last week, and Canada geese at high altitude in fairly large flocks, flying in formation. So, it seems, I think it's safe to say, migration has begun of one sort or another. Obviously not everything is migrating just yet, but there's something I see that I want to look at. I don't believe it's an owl, but I want to look at it. I'm really not sure what it is. Okay, I'm going to turn around, and I think it's probably just a clump of somewhat dirty snow. We're going to take a look, and then if we don't, whatever it is, unless it's an owl, we're going to move on. I really don't think it is one, but just given its shape, its color, but I'm still curious as to what it is. I may not even. If it's worth looking at, then we'll connect, but I just want to look at it. it is, but I don't think it's an owl. Okay. All right, let's, we're going to continue on. See, this is what happens. Somewhere along the line here, there are lookouts. And when I drive by, it's like, shh, 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 he's coming, he's coming, he's coming. And then they all hide. The lookouts, the owl, they all hide. So I'm not allowed to see a snowy owl here. That's really what's going on. We'll stop along the way here once or twice just to look at a couple things. Let's see. Here today, or at least no owl here for Ferris today. I think maybe what I need to do is be here at the right time to see other people seeing the owl, and then maybe I'll get to see it. Could be in any of these fields, of course. It's hard for me to really examine them all. Sorry, larger area. Because I have seen horned larks, and I've been able to share them with you. Whereas the first... Seems like things are a little sketchy today in terms of our connection. The snowy owl in view, maybe I should have done does happen, it'll take me several minutes to do it, I think. And we'll do what we have been doing the last several weeks. We'll look around there a little bit, see if there's anything worth seeing. And then I more than likely will pack up and head back to Ithaca after that. Sound fair? Someone flew over. Let's see. Because of the various circumstances in Ithaca. Oh, what do I see in the air? Possibly an eagle, but I'm not sure. Something large gliding. Anyway, we were coming up here all summer, and on the tour we hadn't done that before, and now this year, really because of the owls, the snowy owls, we've been coming up here all winter, something we haven't done before. And, just, although maybe not quite up all summer, it's not as much activity, certainly. I mean, there is how frozen, course of a summer here, and now we're seeing, things don't really change all that much. Like I said, it a lot depends on how much snow there is, how frozen all the water is, in terms of what activity we see, I think. But still, if you've wondered what it's like up here, in the past, we've made our, final visits in usually early December here, and I mean, you might just assume that everything freezes over. It's like it's, you know, an ice age up here, but it's obviously it's not that like that. It's just that, you know, certain things have closed in the past, and you know, for the season, and so in some ways it's not worth coming up here. But I've been glad to come up here. We've seen some nice things here, not as much as I would like, but we've seen some nice things. And given where I've been traveling anyway, you know, not far from here, it's been worth it. It's been worth the extra few minutes to you know, come up here. You know, if I've already been looking for owls anyway. My drive, you know, here today, I have seen a few hawks, but not many. Doesn't mean they're not around. It's just not seeing them for some reason. There's a crow.